Hey, what's up, Chicken Pickers? Vinny for PowerTwang.com. Don't forget the little hyphen in there. Okay, so today's lesson, while by no means a country song, still has that funky groove that we like so much. So this one is the song "Forget You" by Cee Lo Green. And this is a pretty simple lesson today. I'm not gonna tab it out. But if you like this kind of lesson, I have more videos at my website here. Go ahead and check that out. There's all sorts of videos that you won't find here on YouTube. Anyway, moving on with today's lesson, I will point out that because this is more in the funk vein, you want to make sure to have a compressor in there. Most of you chicken pickers already use a compressor, but funk has kind of that same, a little more of a squashed sound than, let's say, like you would for a rock guitar or something. And I'm also using the out of phase number 2 position here on the Stratocaster. But basically there's 2 parts to this lesson. There's the intro part, which also is played during the choruses. So it makes it kind of nice. Once you learn one part, you already learned half the song. Which, so that part is the... And then the verse section is this part here. It's that little funky jam. So basically we'll start out with the intro section here. Basically you're just working around a couple of chords here. C, D, F, and then back to C. But what you're doing is you're just adding in these little bass lines in between. And basically, so like for the first one, all you're doing is to get to that C chord, you're doing which is the little walking bass part is a G here at the 3rd fret of the low E string, an open A, and then your C bar chord. And then for the next one, which is a D chord, you're doing the same thing, which is a G note at the 3rd fret of the low E string, an open A note, and then your D bar chord. Then this one's a little different. All you're doing is you're doing a D bar chord, an E bar chord at the 7th fret, and an E bar chord at the F bar chord at the 8th fret. And then for the last one, you're doing to get to that C, and all that is you're doing the F note on the low E string at the 1st fret, a G note on the low E string at the 3rd fret, and then your C bar chord. So if we put those all together, you've got pretty simple. But again, once you learn that intro, you've learned already, they play the same thing here in the choruses, so you've already learned half the song. Okay, so if we move on and we go to the verse section, this is that funky little jam. All these, and basically we're doing the same thing here. We're working around the C chord, the D chord, the F chord, and the C chord. but we're just doing them more up here on these higher registers. And all these chords are done on the top 3 strings. So the first one is a C, and really this is just like a D shape, like a, you know, but because you're playing it up here at the 12th position, it makes it a C chord. But basically that would be, to do this shape is really the 12th fret of the G string, 13th fret of the B string, and 12th fret of the E string. The next shape is this here, which is the 11th fret of the G string, 10th fret of the B string, 10th fret of the E string. And if you look at this, this is really just the, if you were to do a D root 6 bar chord at the 10th position, this is really just the top 3 notes. It's just a partial chord here. Okay, so then if we go down to the next chord, which is the F, we're just doing this shape here, which is 10th fret of the G string, 10th fret of the B string, and 8th fret of the E string. And really, if you look at this shape, it's really just, again, it's the F bar chord. It's part of the F bar chord shape that you would play here at the 8th position on the, if it was a root 5 bar chord. Again, just a partial chord shape. And then the last one is a C shape, which is the same as this D, but just moved down 2 frets. So it's 9 on the G string, 8 of the B string, and 8th fret of the E string. And again, if you were to take a root 6 bar chord at the 8th position, which is a C shape, and you just take those top 3 notes, and it's set that chord there. So you've got C, D, F, and C. And what we're doing for the right hand, all you're doing is you're just doing these double strums. It's down up, just quick. And I actually do 2 for each chord. And if you want, get a little more funky, you can add in some extra strums in there. But what you want to do, like in between those double strokes or those double strums, just take your chord shape, let the pressure off the strings, and when you like strum, it's more of a dead strum. It's not really sounding out the chord. It's more of a percussive strum. So it'd be more like. And this kind of gives that a little bit more of that funky kind of groove to it, so to say. I mean, so that's pretty much it. I mean, those are the 2 main parts for that song. And again, they're all very simple, but it's just a good lesson in funk. And again, if you're playing this song in a cover band out in the clubs, when you guys go into this song, man, the dance floor fills up. So it makes it fun to play this song just because you get to see all the drunks out there dancing. So for what it is, it's a fun song to play. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today's lesson. Again, I'm Vinny for PowerTwang.com. You go to the website, download some more free videos that you won't find here on YouTube. And, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.